Number 3, word processing using Microsoft Word. Moving on to our second activity, which is formatting a document. We also formatted a document in the first activity. We'll be formatting another document in the second activity. And as you can see over here, the third one is an assignment for you to be doing on your own. Okay, so in the second activity, you'll be clicking on this, opening this Word document. And once you open this document, you will realize that the instructions are given on how this particular assignment is supposed to be done. So let's download this first. Open a new window, and let's click on download. So show in folder, and let's open that. Enable editing. Okay, so it goes on to say that you are supposed to create a word processing file using MS Word 2007 according to the instructions given below. So open a new MS Word file and type the following text in the box given below. So you're supposed to first open a blank MS Word document, and then you're supposed to be typing this text inside it. Just to save time in this video, I have already typed this text over here, and this Word document I have already got the text typed. Okay, so I will not be doing the typing part. I'll be starting from the second question onwards. Before we start the second question, I just want to show you all one thing. When you all are typing this text, you may wonder how do you get this particular symbol, the registered symbol. So let me just show you. What you do is, let me erase this symbol from over here. So once you have the cursor over there, okay, this blinking line is what we call the cursor. You come into insert, and you come into symbol. Under symbol, you can see you have the registered sign over there. So one more thing you will notice is that this registered symbol is on the top, okay, with something which we call superscript. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick example of what the superscript is over here. Now, for example, if I type second, so I want the letters N and D to go to the top, isn't it? So then I can just come to home, and here we have something called superscript. It takes the text above. Okay, then for example, if I'm typing, for example, let's say a scientific formula like H2O, okay, we do know the the 2 is supposed to come below. So this is what we call subscript, okay, where the 2 comes below. Okay, so if you did realize that in this document the R is supposed to be in superscript form, so I'm just going to select this symbol and I'm going to say over here superscript. So it has moved on the top. You can increase the font size if you like, and that's it. So the typing part is done, and the symbol is also done. The second question goes on to say correct any spelling errors displayed in the given text. So in the previous video also I showed you how to correct spelling mistakes. You can come to review, and you can come to check document, and you can even use a shortcut key which is F7. Okay, function key 7. When you press it, will start checking for any spelling or grammar errors. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this document. It tells me that there are 2 spelling issues. Okay, so let me click on it. So the first one is the word and is. The word and is has come as one word, so they are suggesting it should be 2 words. So let me click on that, change it to this. Ceremony, they are suggesting this is the correct spelling, so I say change it. So now my spelling and grammar has been completed. Okay, so here it comes, you have finished reviewing. So I click on OK, and then we move on to the next question, which says save the document as your full name. So let's come to File and come to Save As. So you save it in a location that would be easy for you to find when it's time for you to upload it back into the classroom. So I'm just going to save it on the desktop. It's easy for me to find, and I'm going to say save. The next question goes on to say change the layout of the page as given below. Okay, so the page should be an A4 page and the orientation should be landscape. Okay, so very simple. We come to the layout tab, we come to size, and we say we want it to be an A4 paper, and we come over here to orientation, and we say we want it to become landscape. Okay, so as you can see, this is what has happened. Okay, the paper has become A4 and now it is landscape. Previously it was portrait. Okay, this is landscape. Okay, then moving on, it says change the page margins as follows. the top should be 1.25. All four of them should be 1.25. Okay, so what is page margins? As you can see, there is a gap that is normally kept on the four sides of a paper, so that the printer can hold the paper and print the document. Okay, so this area is called the top margin. This area is called the bottom margin. Left margin. This area is called the right margin. This is called the bottom margin. So when you come to layout and when you come to margins, right now the margins are 1 inch each. The top area is 1 inch, bottom is 1 inch. Okay, so the question paper told us to make it 1.25. So we come into margins, we come to custom margins, and we make it 1.25. I'm just going to copy this value and paste it in all the others as well. Control V, Control V, Control V, and say OK. Okay, so the margins have been increased from 1 inch to 1.25 inches. Then it says format the entire document as given below. So we have to select all the text. Okay, you can select it with the mouse, or else you can use a shortcut key, Control plus A. Control A. It selects all the text, and it goes on to say, let me keep both the windows side by side. I can press Windows left, and then I can keep this on the right. Let me zoom out a bit. It says the entire document line spacing should be 1.15. So line spacing means the gap between the lines. So let me click on this and say 1.15. Then it goes on to say the font should be Times New Roman. So I'm going to type Times New Roman over there. And it goes on to say the font size should be 14. Let me type 14 over here. And it says alignment should be justified. So you can press Ctrl J. We can come and select it from over here. Okay, justify. Okay. Then it goes on to say select the heading Academy Award and format it as given below. So the heading Academy Award we select, and it says the font color should be blue. So we'll make it blue, and it should be bold and underlined. You can press Ctrl B, Ctrl U, Ctrl B, Ctrl U, and alignment should be center. You can press Ctrl E. Okay. Then it says change all the letters to uppercase. So all they should become capital letters. So we can come over here. Okay, you have the change case button over here, and we say we want it to become all capital letters. Then it says make the first letter of the paragraph larger and fall into 3 lines. It should be a drop cap. So let me show you what we do is the first line of the paragraph, the letter T, should be a drop cap. Okay, so this is how we do it. We come to insert, and we do have something here we called drop cap. So let me show you. I'm going to say drop. So now if you notice, you can see the letter T is going across 3 lines. Okay, so that's how you put a drop cap character. Then it goes on to say format the heading current special categories. This particular heading with style heading number 2. So we select current special categories. We come to the home tab, and the style is supposed to be heading 2, which is over here. Okay. And then the next question goes on to say create a bulleted list for the last 3 lines of the text given under current special categories and format it as given as follows. Okay, so let me make this that side. So we're supposed to make this a bulleted list. Let me just show you how we do it. We select the text, and over here we have bulleted list. So we click over here, and we do need this particular symbol. So that's good. And then if you notice, the text from here all the way up to here is bold and italic. Okay, so what we do is we select this text, okay, and we try to use the shortcut keys as much as possible. Control B for bold, Control I for italic. We do the same over here. Control B, Control I, and we do the same over here as well. Control B, Control I. Okay, so that's done as well. And then it goes on to say at the end of the bulleted list, create the table shown below. So we're supposed to be creating this table at the end of this bulleted list. So what I'll do is I'll keep the cursor over here. As you can see, I have double clicked and the cursor has appeared over here. So I'm going to come over to insert table. So I'll be needing basically 1, 2, 3, 4 columns and 3 rows. So I'll come for 4 columns, 3 rows. That's done. So just going to quickly type the text inside it. Ceremony, tab, date, tab, best picture winner, tab, venue, tab, first Academy Award, tab, 16 May 1929, tab, wings, tab, Hollywood, Roosevelt, hotel, tab. So I'll just take this to the next line. Okay. Second Academy Award, 3rd April 1930, the Broadway Melody and Ambassador Hotel. Okay, so I have typed all the text inside there, and then it goes on to say, enter award ceremonies text as the heading of the table and format it to get to the following output using WordArt. Okay, so using WordArt, we're supposed to type this text, award ceremonies, and that is supposed to be the heading of this table. So let me first bring the table down so that there will be enough space for the heading somewhere over here. Maybe. Oops, sorry, that did not work out. Let's try again. If you ever make a mistake and want to undo, you just press the shortcut key Control Z. Okay, let me start going down. Let me keep the cursor over here and press enter, 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 enter. Okay, and then using WordArt, so I come to insert text WordArt. Okay, and I go for a very simple one like this maybe. Let me drag it all the way up to here, and I'm supposed to type the text award ceremonies and award ceremonies. Okay, and the font is supposed to be Arial black. Font is supposed to be Arial black. Arial black. There you go. And the size is supposed to be 16. So I type 16 over there, and it's supposed to be center, which it already is. Okay, so okay, so I can bring the table one bit up. Okay. Then it goes on to say, insert a new row just below the last row of the table and enter the following information into the new row. So enter a new row just below the last row. So I come to the last row, right click and say insert row below. Okay, so that's what they asked, and I'm supposed to be typing this information inside that table. So I type 84th Academy Award, and it's 24th February 2012, the artist, and it's going to be Dolby Theatre. Okay, so then it says insert another row just above the last row of the table. Okay, so just above the last row, right click, insert row above. Okay, so that's done, and it also goes on to say and merge all the cells in that row. Okay, so this is all supposed to become one cell. Okay, so how do I do that? I come to I can right click over here, right click, and come and say merge cells. So now if you notice, this has become one cell. Then the next question goes on to say, format the entire table as given below. Change the cell size of the table to auto fit to contents, and it should all be center aligned. Okay, so this is how you select the entire table. Click on this, the entire table is selected, and they say the width of each column should be exactly fitting its content. Okay, it shouldn't be too big, too small. It should be just exactly fitting the content. So how do we do that? We come to layout, we come to auto fit, and we say auto fit content. Okay, so it exactly fits the content of each column. Okay, and it also said that everything should be center aligned. So under layout we have this one, which is align center. Okay, then it goes on to say select the heading row and format it as given below. It should all be capital letters, it should be bold, and it should be centered. Centered is already done, we just have to do these two. So we select the first row of the table, which is the heading row, and they told us to make it bold, which is Control B, and they told us to make it all capital letters, which can be done from over here, uppercase. Okay. Then change the column style of the paragraph to 2 columns. Okay, so if you look over here right now, this is just one column of text. Okay, they want us to make it 2 columns. So what I'll be doing is I'll be selecting both the paragraphs. I'll be coming to layout, and I'll be telling columns. Right now it's 1. I will want to make it into 2 columns. Okay, so if you notice that information has fallen into 2 columns. Then the question paper goes on to say, insert a footer with the following formatting options. The text should be your full name, it should be Times New Roman, and it should be size 12. So I told you in the previous video, whatever you insert in the header or whatever you insert in the footer will be repeated on every single page of the document. So how do we insert the footer? We come to Insert tab, we come to Footer, and we come into Edit Footer. Okay, we're supposed to type our full name, and it also goes on to say it should be Times New Roman and size 12. So we select Times New Roman, and we say that this should become size 12. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can come to Header and Footer, and you can say Close Header and Footer. That's done. And then it says save your work and upload your completed document into the online classroom. Okay, so I'm going to save my work, and then do not forget to go back into the classroom and close this document. Come back here, view assignment, and say add or create file. Locate your file from over here, which is this one. Say open and click on upload. And once the file has finished uploading, do not forget to click this turn in button. Okay, once you have uploaded it, do not forget to click the turn in button.